The Pope's intentions for December 2023, the Pope's Worldwide Prayer Network for persons with disabilities. We pray that people living with disabilities may be at the center of attention in society and that institutions may offer inclusive programs which value their active participation. The threat of the throwaway culture. For a throwaway culture, some parts of our human family, it appears, can be readily sacrificed for the sake of others considered worthy of a carefree existence. Ultimately, persons are no longer seen as a paramount value to be cared for and respected, especially when they are poor and disabled. That culture affects especially the most vulnerable, among whom are the persons with disabilities. In the last 50 years, important steps forward have been taken on both the civil and ecclesial levels. Awareness of the dignity of each person has grown, and this has resulted in courageous decisions to promote the inclusion of those experiencing physical and psychological limitations. Yet, on the cultural level, much still stands in the way of this trend. We see it in attitudes of rejection due also to a narcissist and utilitarian mentality that give rise to marginalization that ignores the inevitable fact that frailty is part of everyone's life. Consequently, it is important to promote a culture of life that constantly affirms the dignity of every person and works especially to defend men and women with disabilities of all ages and social conditions. Inclusion should be the rock on which to build programs and initiatives of civil institutions meant to ensure that no one, especially those in greatest difficulty, is left behind. The strength of a chain depends on the attention paid to its weakest links. As for ecclesial institutions, I reiterate the need to make available suitable and accessible means for handing on the faith. I also hope that these can be made available to those who need them cost-free to the extent possible. Parish communities should be concerned to encourage among the faithful a welcoming attitude towards people with disabilities. Creating a fully accessible parish requires not only the removal of architectural barriers, but also above all, helping parishioners to develop attitudes and acts of solidarity and service towards persons with disabilities and their families. Our aim should be to speak no longer about them, but rather about us.